Hello, hello, hello. I saw your comment. How is everyone doing? And welcome to Dear Dana. Hello on Saturday, and hello in the bushes. I see everybody is filing in. Hello, James and Shelly Marie and Arseny Pesikov, and everyone that is hiding out. I'll be glad when you come on up in the chat. Nothing to be scared about. Doesn't mean you have to come up on the channel. I don't know if you can hear my little mixed rescue poodle in the way on the other side of the house screaming. Hello, Leanne. Hi, Vintage. So happy to see everyone. I know that you have seen the topic today. Who do you have to forgive? Or who do you need to forgive? Or who do you need to forgive? Right? I think I'm running on two areas. I think I had my YouTube up. I was double laxing here. Double laxing. He's probably going to let that little screaming thing in here. But yeah, who do you need to forgive? And it is time to heal. I've been thinking about that a lot. Because I know everyone's heard that healing, well, we all know that we need healing. And forgiveness is not so much for the other person, it is for ourselves. Because when we don't forgive and we carry all of that around, where we've been angry at the person and we don't forgive that person and we're playing all of that stuff that they've done to us on a loop, on that loop, on that loop, on that loop, and it's so heavy. It's so heavy. The memories are heavy. The feelings are heavy. And we just keep dragging that crap around. We just keep dragging it through the days, through the years, through the hours, through the memory, all of it, right? That crap gets so heavy. We just keep dragging it, dragging it, dragging it. It's an emotional burden like none other. When we don't forgive and we keep dragging it, how heavy does our life get? How does that overshadow any of the good in our life, right? It does sort of cloud over things in the background of our mind. It does. We'll get triggered. We'll remember it. We don't forgive. We hold on to it. We yank it around. That's some heavy crap. That's some 5,000, 2-ton, 10 elephant kind of crap, right? Let's be honest, it is. That's some crap no therapist can save us from. No healer can save us from. Because until we choose to literally say it, hey, Rosemary, until we choose to literally say, hey, C. Cruz, and release it, we cannot unshackle ourselves from it. We cannot. We are the only ones that can set ourselves free from it by literally setting ourselves free, saying the words, and releasing. And that is the truth of the matter. It is a necessity to forgive, or you do not heal. You will not heal from that gaping wound until you forgive. It doesn't mean you forget. It doesn't mean you don't have angry. Look, I will be the first person when someone is upset from a breakup and they're crying every day, every hour on the week to say, get pissed off. I will tell them, get angry, get pissed off. It will be easier to get through it when you're angry about it. You will get stronger when you're mad. You will. Because then over time, when you feel indifferent, you will know that you're healing. But ultimately, forgiveness is what is going to set you free. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? Because forgiveness ultimately is the key that releases you. Because forgiveness is what keeps you bound to all pain if you don't forgive. It keeps you bound to the drama. It keeps you bound to the pain. It keeps you bound to the painful memories. It keeps you bound to the engagement. Finish says, let me pull that up. She says, what about that saying, revenge is dish best served cold? I'm a Scorpio. Vengeance just tickles me. Now look, I am not saying that if a partner breaks up with you, that there are not some types of vengeance that are not fair play. I'm a lovely, loving, spiritual person. Let's say he broke up with you for somebody that has no idea that he's a creepy crawler. Now, some guy will break up for maybe a lovely human being and that she has no idea about you. Or maybe she has no idea about the wife. Maybe he lied about the wife. Maybe she has no idea he's married, right? And maybe you give her the 411 and tell him the exact truth about it. Or give the exact information about it. Objectively, kindly, right? And that person's like, oh, hell to the no, I don't want to get involved with that person. I had no idea. And so his whole play gets spoiled. You did the right thing by serving that information to that person, and his whole or her whole plan got spoiled. You did the right thing by that nice person, and you screwed up their plan. Now that's called vengeance in a way. I'm not saying vengeance appropriately played, not evilly played, is not necessarily a bad thing. I took photos of things my ex-husband was doing wrong and served it to the court. Is that vengeance or is that justice? Don't know. In high school, I had a boyfriend that was a player. I don't know if you call him a boyfriend. I was dating him. And he thought he was getting by with all kinds of stuff until we were on a date one night, which I appropriately planned that we would be at a certain location at a certain time. And 3 of the girls that he was playing, I also invited them at that time so we could confront the player. Is that vengeance or is that justice? You tell me. You see what I'm saying? Is that vengeance or is that justice? Just don't know. But forgiveness is a whole nother kind of thing. Whole nother kind of thing. If somebody keeps diving into your favorite treat until one night you put salt in it to teach them a lesson, is that vengeance or is that justice? Or is that just clever? Is that a clever lesson? Whole different kind of thing. That's a whole different kind of thing, don't you think? Finish says, my dad forgets to take the garbage out. I leave an empty carton of milk in the fridge. I don't think that's vengeance. Amusing wickedness, yeah, maybe. Arseny says, when my wife feels betrayed or angry, she says, where I come from, we rarely forgive and never forget. However, she's the kindest person I've ever met. So, she may say that is they rarely forgive and never forget, but she's the kindest person you've ever met. Maybe that's a saying they have, and she's the kindest person you've ever met. I feel it's deeply important not to carry around something you don't forgive for because it can eat your soul alive. And it has been known to cause disease within self. Look, betrayal is huge for me. And I have been betrayed. Do I forget when I'm betrayed? No. I do not forget. I'm like an elephant like that. And I'm wise, very, very wise about that. But I do forgive because I'm not going to carry around. I'm not going to carry around that boulder of unforgiveness because it's only going to hurt me. It's only going to hurt me. It's like poisoning myself and expecting it to kill somebody else. Do you understand? I'm not forgiving the other person, but they don't understand that. They may not even know that. So it's only hurting me. It's really only hurting me. Do I have to have them in my life? No, I do not have to have them in my life. No, that is not what that is saying. Do I have to have a relationship with them? No, I do not. I do not have to have a relationship with them. Rosemary says, I think the hurt and trauma people go through is something that isn't forgotten, but you do forgive. I agree with that. You do not forget the hurt and trauma. But, I'm throwing a but on there. You have to understand a lot of the hurt and trauma that you loop in your head over time and that you remember gets reimagined to a certain degree in your consciousness, in your memory. it gets it's like it gets re-edited a little bit, just a tiny bit over time. And the more you hold on to unforgiveness, in some ways, the heavier and darker it gets. It tears you down. And what you'll find is if you run into a lot of people that have gone into hurt and trauma, and people have done things that have caused them to be unforgiving, you will run into a lot of people that are over time and decades as they get older that become very bitter and negative and have very little to do with other people as they get older. Vintage says, oops, let me pull it up because you know I'm blind as a bat. There's a kind of growth that comes from pain. One spectrum of understanding grows. You're very correct in that. There is a kind of growth that comes from pain. And I will tell you, people go in a few directions. People can go into a place of, hey, Miriam, not paid by anyone. People can go in a place of, I have experienced that pain and I know that pain and I'm more empathic and loving and kind to people because I know that pain. I felt that pain and I don't want other people to experience that pain. Or people can become darker and harder and tougher to other people or crueler to other people because of that pain. Or there's another place people can go. People can become in a place of victimhood or mental distress or have more mental disease. I call it disease. You can call it disease if you want because of that pain. And some people can split off because of that pain. And sometimes you don't know who you're going to get. And there's something, let me get a drink of water, sorry, that we also have to understand. A lot of people that inflict pain upon others are those that we don't want to forgive. Maybe it's parents, maybe it's family, maybe it's other people, have come from maybe a traumatic background, correct? They haven't gotten help, or especially in the case of parents, some parents, that they've come from a legacy of parents or caregivers that were not the best examples and passed down pain. So it's learned behavior that never did they get help for. So it's a legacy of. So when you know better, you do better. And it's not always an excuse. But you understand what I'm trying to say. Hey, Willow. Virginia Woolf says, I let go of stuff, but I don't forgive certain people. Live in the moment. Some things I find unforgivable, I leave them in the past done. Some actions are unforgivable. But there are times that it's important to try to forgive the human being. although the actions may be unforgivable. Does that make sense? There are many actions that are unforgivable. Murdering a human being is an unforgivable action. But maybe we forgive the human being to bring ourselves peace so we can release and move forward. We don't have to forget what they did. Sometimes it's about cutting cords to release those binding chains around our souls and our spirits. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do, but if you really feel what I'm saying, the feeling of, I don't forgive you, binds you to that individual. It binds you to their energy. Do you understand what I'm saying? It permanently binds you to their energy. I don't want to be bound to anyone's energy like that. I want to be released from them. Vintage says, I like to think of it as kind of Peter Pan syndrome. The only was he grows up is after Captain Hook betrays him. For me, it was the first time family betrayed me. The only way he grows up is after Captain Hook betrays him. For me, it was the first time family betrayed me. Can you expound upon that, Vintage? I am unable to forgive. I am sorry to hear that, Miriam. I'm very sorry to hear that. Because that's painful. That has to be very painful. I want, but I can't, especially when you feel. Like those who hurt you are not really sorry. Forgiving is not about them, it's about you. It's only about you. It's never about them. It's never really about them. Because it imprisons you. It really imprisons you. Forgiving them doesn't mean you have to stay friends with them or engage with them or be around them. It frees your spirit. It frees your spirit. Doesn't mean you forget what they do. It just frees your spirit. Vintage says, I suppose it comes from an intimate betrayal. Trust was broken. And once trust is broken in any relationship, things turn sour. No. Yeah, it always turns sour when trust is broken. I mean, when my trust is broken, it turned sour for me, and I don't trust them the same. I can forgive people, but I wouldn't trust them the same. For me, if you have done me wrong, I just stop caring. So if I don't forgive them nor forget, I'm still released from them, thus I don't care anymore. Hey, Gourmet Thursday. I sent you an email a couple of times because I wanted to know about when you sent me that note about how things were going. I never heard from you. I was so curious. But family is family, so one has to learn how to forgive. Thank you, Gourmet. Good topic. Okay, Willow, I understand about the cleaning and listening. Thank you about the topic. It's just a matter of when you don't forgive, you really do. You have that stone within you. You carry that stone within you about, ugh, how could they do this to me? I'll never forgive them. They hurt me so much. And it's just always there. It's always there. You never feel free from it. You never feel released from it. And forgiveness is a release. Because at some point in our own lives, I didn't get it, Gourmet. When did you send it? Because I've been typing Gourmet Thursday at the top looking for it. I'll look again. But you never feel, when you don't forgive, you never feel released from it. Your soul does not feel released from it. And it stops you from fully moving forward. Your joy, your happiness is always overshadowed. And the point I was trying to make, at some point in our own lives, we have not been immune. We haven't. We have not been immune from making an oops in our life, whether it was intentional or not. And sometimes it's so innocent and unintentional. We have not been immune from making an oops in our life. A mistake of which we have needed somebody's forgiveness. Whether it was accidental, unintentional, we have not been immune from that. And sometimes we just need our own forgiveness. We need our own forgiveness. We need to forgive ourselves from being so hard on ourselves, from downgrading ourselves, from not giving ourselves enough credit, grace, strength. Enough sacredness to know we have the wherewithal to overcome. We have to give our own self forgiveness. Okay, thanks. We have to give our own self enough credit and our own self forgiveness. We are not perfection within ourselves. Has there been anyone you've hurt in your life? Right? But ask yourself now, is there someone you need to forgive to cut yourself free? I mean, be honest with yourself. Right now, if you could take a deep breath and close your eyes, that I could relate about forgiving oneself. That's when I carry the burden weighs heavy on me. Then forgive yourself right now, LMS. Forgive yourself. If you've made mistakes in the past that you're beating yourself up for, forgive yourself. Right now, forgive yourself. But right now, close your eyes and take a heavy cleansing breath. And if you've been holding on, dragging those suitcases of elephant sized weight around for a long time, whether it is yourself or someone else, take a deep breath and be honest with yourself, because it could free you to move forward and really have some happiness and joy in your life. Once and for all. Literally once and for all. Who do you need to forgive? And just like lay it down before you. And take these big spiritual cutters and cut away and forgive. Who do you need to forgive? You can say it out loud to yourself. You're more than welcome to come up on the channel. You can say it in the chat, whatever you want to do. Finish is so difficult. There was one time I regretted existing. I'm the only bastard in my family. My father abandoned us when I was 1. Miriam says myself. Then you forgive yourself, Miriam. That's a brave thing to do. You are beautiful soul, Vintage. You say it like it is, and you do. You're funny and you're quick-witted and you just say it, but you do a lot of beautiful things, Vintage. And that was very brave, Miriam. And you are a good mother, Miriam. Vintage says, it was funny meeting him. All that hate? I guess I was absolved. So did you let go of the hate, Vintage? You know, sometimes adults realize when they are incapable. Humans come around. Sometimes they don't have the skills. Sometimes they don't have the abilities. They can't make it on their own. Oh, you have a 16-year-old brother? And it's like I told someone the other day. Men, not all men, there's a lot of wonderful men in here. Let me say that. But look, there's a lot of men that go around having hubba hubba with a lot of women. There's a lot of men that pleasure themselves in the bathroom and release it in the toilet. Just because there's a million sperm that are released doesn't make that there's a man that's going to be a good father. Do you understand me? He can release it in a bathroom or he can release it in a woman. That does not mean that man is going to be a good father. But in turn, there's also a bazillion men that are good fathers. But it does not mean that a male is going to be a good father, just as it does not mean a female is going to be a good mother just because they are capable of creating a child. When you put it in that construct, people have to understand. And it's heart-wrenching, but it's true. Sometimes the universe knows what it's doing when children end up with other parents. And that in itself doesn't even mean other parents are perfection. I'm not perfection. I didn't get a manual when I had children. I had to go purely by instinct and love. So I love my children with everything in me, but I'm sure when Eden has her own kids, she is going to love some things about me, and she is going to not love some things about the way I raised her. So we have to be able to forgive people because we are flawed. Some people are not good. Some people are good. But we cannot carry around not only the pain we went through, but pain on top of pain because we are so angry and unforgiving. Does that make sense? There's the pain we go through, and then carrying unforgiveness is extra pain and anger that we're putting on top of our pain. Does that make sense to anyone? We're compounding that. And it's just preventing us from looking at beauty and extra joy around us. Good. People in humanity are more apt to notice destruction and drama. Hey, Shannon Van, and destruction and drama and things that are wrong and that hurt and hurt our ears and feel bad quicker and harsher and hold on to all of that a lot faster than we are to notice beauty and things that make our ears feel good and things that bring us joy and things that make our heart soar. We don't hold on to that as long. We don't express that to people as quickly. We don't report that as fast. We don't want people to know that as much. Do you notice that? Who notices that? People don't stop to notice all the things that make them feel good or make their eyes light up or tickle their senses as much. I put a challenge on Twitter about it. I do, but I'm talking about general population. I put out I put out a challenge on Twitter. What you want to bet? I will be surprised if anybody replies to it. I will be shocked, actually. The only one that replies to my stuff lately or responds to me, guess who it is? And it's legit her, is Missy Elliott. Of all people, which tickles the crap out of me. Because she has become somewhat of, and maybe she's always been, but a spiritual person. I'm going to screen share just my thing. Hold on. Sitting in the moments. I love that so much. Finish. Oh my gosh, I love that. Let me screen share my tweet. My tweet. Share screen. Where's my tweet? Here it is. This is my tweet. I challenge everyone for a day to stop seeking what is wrong in your lives and actively look for everything that is beautiful and good around you. Be actively grateful for a day. Take a photo. Get back to me. Big love, people. And I put a photo of Cleo because, she's just so darn cute. Do you think anyone, I guess somebody hearted it, do you think anyone is going to get back to me? Anybody? Do you think anybody's going to get back to me? Let's see. One person has hearted it. I'm thinking, nobody's probably going to get back to me. Oh, Shannon Van liked it. Shannon Van. See, Missy Ellie hearted something I did. Shannon Van is the only one that has hearted it. What you want to bet, nobody responds to that. I love Missy Elliott. What you want to bet, because it is a positive post, nobody responds to it. Hey, Sheila Swan. But I'm talking about in the general public, nobody responds to it. Why? Because it's positive. Because you have to look for good things. Now, if it was a train wreck, if it was a body, if it was drama, if somebody's doing something to who, if it was about Kanye doing something nuts, I bet you in a heartbeat it go freaking viral. Betcha. But the point being is, I want to ask all of you, when you heavily feel like you don't want to forgive somebody, and you think about that feeling, how does it make you feel? Emotionally, physically, spiritually. How does it make you feel? When you hold that unforgiveness. So what I'm asking you to do tonight is, seriously, drained. And everyone seems to have one in their closet somewhere. So I'm asking you to seriously take one that you have, if you have it, and cut it away and let it go. because you've carried it long enough. You have absolutely carried it long enough. As though an oni or an owl, I don't know what an oni is lurched on your shoulders. An oni is lurched on your shoulders. And those watching on the bushes, I want you to think about it too. And I want you to, I'm asking you, I can't want you. You have free will, it's up to you. Oh, a demon. I have to remember that. I don't want to forgive. It's more that if I do, that allows them to betray you again. It doesn't allow them to betray you again, Arseny. You're not allowing them that. You don't even have to say, I forgive you to them. It's not that. In your own spirit, you're going, I forgive you. Oh, I absolutely don't. Look, I block abusive people out too. Unless there's somebody in my family close to me that I absolutely have no option. You know? I mean, I don't let them physically abuse me. I put them in their place with sense. But, yeah, I block them out as well. No, you don't allow people to betray you again. Forgiveness is only for you, Arseny. It's for you in your own space. In your own space to say, I forgive you. Or if you need to say it to a person, you say, I forgive you, but I do not allow you to engage with me, to speak to me, or be a part of my life again. You can set up limits and boundaries with people and not have anything to do with them again. If you need to do that kind of thing, forgiveness is simply for your own personal freedom, spiritual and emotional. See, people are understanding the point of forgiveness is not for the benefit of the other person. It is not for the benefit of the other person. It's for your own emotional, spiritual freedom is what I'm trying to express to you. It's for your own emotional, spiritual freedom. It's not saying, come back in my life again and knock me over the head. That's not what you're doing. Sometimes if you have a friend that did an oops or something minor or something that you can make up with them for, that's a whole different ball game. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is merely for yourself. And I'm very sorry that happened to you, Miriam. But what I'm talking about right here is to free yourself. This is only to free yourself. Only to free yourself. And sometimes you have to look at yourself and look at them and make clear and concise boundaries in your life. You know what I mean? Look at your own lines of communication. Look at your own self. Forgive yourself. Forgive other people. But make clear and concise boundaries. This isn't the same as saying, oh, you screwed up, I forgive you, come back in. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying just forgiving someone doesn't necessarily mean that you're letting them come back in to hurt you again. Okay, troll. See ya later, dude. See you later. Ah, I hate that because it makes me almost send somebody else off. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. Yes. Yeah. Sometimes you have to set your soul free. You know what I'm saying, Miriam? Sometimes we have to set our soul free so we don't hold on to internal resentment. So we're not so built up where people hurt us so much. Thank you, Shelley. Where they hurt us so much, we're carrying around that hurt all the time. Where we're going, I forgive you, but I'm not letting you back in. I don't forget what you did. I forgive you, but I don't forget what you did. So that doesn't mean I'm letting you back in. You get what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. That way you don't hold on to that pain and resentment. It's like I can forgive people that were in my life in the past. I can forgive them, but I'm not letting them back in. It just means I'm not holding on to all of that junk anymore when I think about them. See the difference? I don't hold on, I don't harbor that pain anymore. That's the line I'm trying to draw. I don't harbor it. I don't hold on to it. It's not in my system anymore. I hope I'm making sense. Yeah, Virginia Woolf. It's sort of like I forgive them and I'm letting go of it. I'm letting go of the past. I'm cutting it away. I'm not dragging all of that pain with me. I'm not dragging it with me. It doesn't become a part of my system. Hey, Zinzarius. I know it's late there. So happy to see you. Cutie patootie. I hope you're feeling better. Everybody wish Zinzarius a late Valentine. Everybody remember his cute accent as well. And we've got more guys in the community too, Zen. Yeah, it is forgiveness. It is forgiveness when you forgive all of the behavior and stuff, but you just don't engage with them anymore. Yes, you are cute, Zen. Come on now. Don't do that. It is forgiveness because you're forgiving because you're not holding on to it. When you're forgiving for you, forgiveness is for you, Miriam. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're forgiving for yourself, not for them. It's not for them. It's only for you. You're not going to them and say, I forgive you. You're forgiving them for yourself in your own heart of hearts. You're forgiving them. Yeah, there's a bunch more guys. Virginia Woolf is a guy. Shoeless One is a guy. James is a guy. Jesse Bears is a guy. There's a bunch more guys. It is forgiveness when you forgive for yourself. Yes, thank you, Zanzarius. Forgiveness is releasing that hate along with everything else. Thank you, Virginia, for explaining it. Yeah, people were talking about you the other day, Zen, because once a month they want to do an all male panel. Sheila's one was talking about it. There was a movie, Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf? Yeah, but Virginia Woolf even writes his own music too and sings. Don't you play guitars in Darius? It is a struggle, the word forgiveness. But it's forgiving and letting go of the pain so you don't harbor it. You were so hard on yourself, Zen. Yeah, forgiveness means that we forget everything that they did bad to us. That's what we think it means, but it's about us letting go so it doesn't eat us alive. So you're not poisoning your own self. It's sort of like if you don't forgive, you're injuring yourself twice over. Like they hurt you, so you're going to hurt yourself again and again and again and again. That's why it's so important to disconnect, to forgive, to release so you can live your best life because it blinds you to everything good and happy and colorful and beautiful and positive that could be happening in your life. I know you and Virginia Woolf should have a jam session. Then you surely should. And shortly, if everyone wants, I will be doing a brief guided meditation on releasing the pain of unforgiveness, of learning. Well, let me put it this way: I will do a guided meditation on forgiving. Yeah, basically, yeah. Although, you can do tiny, fun revenges, like Vintage and I were talking about earlier. Positive. Is there a positive revenge if you do it the proper way? Zenzaria says forgiveness is an act of letting go the urge of revenge, as revenge is a venom that will harm the one pouring it. We were talking about like if you're unforgiving, it's like poisoning yourself and expecting it to kill the other person. When you do not forgive, it's like poisoning yourself and expecting it to kill the other person when you're unforgiving. Or get a pot out of your kitchen and start hitting it. This is Darius. Or just get a toy guitar. Do, 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 do. Or make a guitar sound. It says I can use my hands as a wind instrument. Element says I'm uncertain if subconsciously I have forgiven people when I stop caring for them after they've hurt me. I don't feel hostility towards them, thus I feel nothing at all. That is called, what was that word I used earlier? Indifference. You know you're healing when you feel indifferent, LMS. That is a sign that you're healing when you're feeling indifferent. So I wouldn't worry so much. When you start to feel indifferent, that's typically a sign that you're healing. Can someone forgive but not let go? What do you mean when you say don't let go? Zen says, I call it not giving a I'm not going to say that word here. Not that I've never said that word. Like if I stub my toe really hard, you are most welcome. How about not giving a fork? I call it not giving a fork. I call it not giving a fork or a knife. Not giving a fork or a knife or a spoon, maybe. Who is, okay, if you're interested, I'll do it. Who is interested, or how it's said in Liverpool, folk. I'll have to get my a Liverpool accent and start calling it a folk or a spoon. A folk. I forgive, but I still think about it and beat myself up. You don't have to get, you forgive, but you still think about beat yourself up. Okay, beat yourself up for what aspect, Arseny? See if I can give you some kind of, not giving a fudge, see if I can give you some kind of tool to not do so. You will be so proud of me. I had a student come up on OutSchool. Most of my students right now are from the, not the UK, they are from Australia. So he came up, and then he had to take a break. And then he came back up, and I said, oh, there you go. I missed you for a second. It's nice to see you again. What were we talking about when you were here last time? And he looked at me funny. And I said, oh, were we talking about rocks? I like that rock you had a minute ago. What color was it? He picked it back up. I said, I think I like the purple one. Can you go get it for me? He went and got it. He came back. He looked really perplexed. And when we went on a bit talking about the rocks, and he said, I thought you were from the United States. Now, my accent's not that good, right? But I had him going for a second. Allowing to happen, not seeing the signs. You cannot be you're human, Arseny. You're human. We want to see the best in people. You cannot beat yourself up. That is part of wanting to see the best in people. So forgive yourself on that as well. Do you understand? That is part of being a lovely human. That's all. Part of being a lovely human. And you wouldn't have gotten the wife that you have if not. So don't beat yourself up. Breathe. Do the conscious breathing exercise. You're a human of light. Release it. I absolve you. Release it. You're a lovely human. You understand? I absolve you. Release it. And nobody even said anything about my British accent, darn it. I absolve you, Arseny. You would look everything for a reason. You would not have the lovely wife you are and have the beautiful heart that you do. And I sincerely feel that in here. I absolve you. That's the whole reason. Are you are most welcome. I mean, I feel it in here. Thank you, Zen. I was practicing just for you. No, actually, I used to waitress, and we had my friend was from Manchester, and she had a bet going with me for a week that I couldn't continue a British accent for a week because it got better. She got better tips because she had a British accent. And we had a wager for me to do it for a week to see if it made a difference in my tips. And I did, but unfortunately, I forgot that some of the same customers would come back in, and I had to keep it going, which was so hard. But be that as it may, I hope this discussion is helping. I really want all of you, I'm asking please to use this evening and those in the bushes as well to do a little ceremony for yourself. And whether it's yourself or someone in your past or in your life, and it doesn't have to be to their face. You don't have to go to their face. To who do you need to forgive? And just forgive and release. You can write it down, put it in the fireplace, ball it up, throw it in the trash, say it out loud, and just say, I forgive XYZ. And just forgive, do a little ceremony and release it. Just release and breathe and move on. For once and for all. And watch your energy change. Watch things expand in your life. And I was going to do this tonight, and I want to know if you're interested or no, to do a little meditation for forgiveness. If you're interested, put it down in the chat, and I'll do that for you. Just a brief meditation, just my voice, just to help you along, just to connect with your soul and release it. You are? Okay. So I'm going to ask you, as usual, I want you to, and it may help you too if you're dealing with a cold or an after cold or any feeling of anxiety or stress or pain even. It may help you with that tonight. I want you just to relax, close your eyes. I want you to inhale deeply in your nose to the count of 4. Hold it and slowly release through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. And inhale slowly to the count of 4 through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold it. Good job. I want you to imagine a big fat star over your head, and it's leaking liquid golden white light. Blow out through your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the light's moving through your body, scooping up all negative energy, toxins, energy blocks, rolling down through your body to your toes. Just scooping it all up, all that negative energy that you do not need, rolling down into the earth. I want you to feel your body just become relaxed, loose, and limp. Keep your eyes closed. I want you to feel your forehead and your jaw and your neck just become more relaxed. Just release it and release the tension in your shoulders and your back and your chest, and release that tension you have going on in your lower spine, and feel your bum just sink into your chair. Feel your arms just become a little bit looser, your hands and your fingers. Feel your thighs and your knees and your calves. Your feet just become a little bit looser and sink down into the ground. Release the tension in your knees. Good job. Take another deep breath in through your nose, very deep, to the count of 4, and hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you release slowly through your mouth to the count of 4, I want you to feel that warm white light, just leaking from that star above your head. Just move through your body like water. Move through your body, flowing all the way down your spine, through your neck and your chest, and your waist and your arms, and your thighs, your calves and your ankles, your feet, your toes, moving down through the earth, being transmuted, transformed into positive energy. Just feel your body all tingly, relaxed, warm, and let it just sink down into the place of where you're sitting, all calm and easy. Just listen to my voice. You don't have to do anything. Just easy, calm and easy. Good job. Just listen to my voice. I want you to imagine we're all together in a room, and we're sitting in a circle. We all know each other in this community, and you feel safe, and you know that we're all loving and kind, and we've all been through things in our life. We know we've all been through things. We've been through loving and kind and happy and wonderful things. And we've all been through not so wonderful things in our past. Things that we'd like to leave in the past, and things that we wish that had not happened. And people have disappointed us. People have hurt us. Some people have been wonderful and kind, and some people have been unkind. We know this. Our energy is connected. Let's go together and go into this beautiful park. We're walking into this park as we move down these beautiful steps into this park. We see the sunshine glowing. We're all together in this community. Just follow me. Follow me. Look around. Look at all these beautiful flowers of all colors. You see roses of red and white and golden, and sunflowers and daisies and tulips of every color you can imagine. In the distance, you can see a small lake with birds landing and ducks quacking. There are trees slightly moving in the wind, and we're going down a path, and we can just look around and enjoy the breeze. And there are benches that we can sit upon and just look around and feel the peace of the moment and just take in the calm and the happiness of the moment and feel the warmth of the sunshine and feel our own thoughts and what it's like to be in our own bodies and just dig our feet in the grass and take in the sounds of the water and the motion of the trees, the warmth of the sun, the blue of the sky, the sound of the breeze, the colors of the flowers, the movement of the butterflies, the sound of light laughter and voices. If we're very careful, we can hear the beating of our own hearts. How it feels to be in complete and utter comfort and peace and a knowingness that we are in our own consciousness, that we are in our own understanding of what it's like to be in our own integrity, our own calmness, our own moment of life now. We are around people that we have a spiritual connection with, an intelligent connection with, that we are all trying to walk forward fearlessly with faith in our lifetimes and resonate higher and higher now. We are in a moment of owning forgiveness, not for others, not to release the ownership of what others have done to cause pain or harm in our lifetime. That is not something you forget because the lesson is important. The lesson is important to those that have done the deed, and the lesson is important for us to learn in our lifetime in order to move forward and resonate higher. No. Forgiveness is important for us. Forgiveness is important for our own release. Forgiveness is important for us to resonate higher. And forgiveness is important for spiritual growth now. We choose to forgive, to release the ties that bind us. Take the 3 fingers of your middle hand and place them in the middle of your forehead between your eyebrows, and either out loud or intuitively to yourself, tell yourself, I am able to forgive either yourself or whomever it is. I am able to forgive whoever it is, because you are moving forward and resonating higher. Tell yourself this and sense how you are feeling when you do this. And you will begin to understand the importance of forgiveness in your healing. Forgiveness will complete your healing so that you can move forward and resonate ever higher on your spiritual journey. This is important for you at this period of your life. You may not have understood it before, and you may not completely understand it now, but you will fully understand it on a spiritual, physical, and emotional level, and you will begin to see the changes in yourself. It goes far, far deeper than the surface and your intelligent understanding now. It is a gift from your Creator, from God, from whoever you call your Creator. And you are surrounded by light and healing far beyond understanding. I want you to feel that healing and that light and that angelic energy now. Keep your 3 fingers on your forehead and begin to feel that healing and that light now. Take a very deep breath to the count of 4. And feel that light and that healing surround you now as you forgive and you release. Take that very deep breath. You should be able to heal and feel and sense that light. Blow out that breath. Take another very deep breath. And see if that light doesn't expand more. And blow out that breath as you release even more of that past unforgiveness. Surrounding you all with love, light, and healing. Another deep breath. Surrounding you all with love, light, and healing as you release and forgive. Blow out now. Excellent. Feel the light around you. Feel the love around you as it expands even more. I want you to look around the park. See the light expand. See the colors become richer. All of the life around you. The richness of the life and the colors of the flowers, the butterflies, animal life, the park itself. I want you to feel the love and the healing and the forgiveness enrich your soul as you resonate higher. Take another deep breath. Excellent. And blow out to the count of 4. Very good. Very good. Now, as you stand up and gather, I want you to find the path to this park and find one another, because you are all connected in this community. You are a community of love and healing and light workers that are beginning to make a difference in the lives that you touch on a daily basis. Whether you realize it or not, you are all gifted. You are all beings of light. You are all healers on some level, empathic light workers, people that make a difference in the in the lives of others that you connect with. You are good, loving souls. I feel this. I appreciate you and I care about you. As you move onto the sidewalk from this park and you take everything in that you see, that you feel, that you breathe, that you look around and see, and you are connected to one another, as you walk back onto the sidewalk and up the steps and through a door and back to the circle of chairs, you start to settle into a room, into the community, and see one another as images of light, as human beings, as beautiful souls, and you settle into your chairs, ever so relaxed, eyes closed. I want you to settle down and take a very deep breath to the count of 4 through your nose, inhaling. Hold it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and blow out. Excellent. Now, I'm going to count backwards from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, becoming more aware of your own room that you're in. 4, becoming more aware of your body. 3, becoming more aware of the seats that you're sitting in. 2, becoming more aware of your hands and your feet and the feeling in your body. 2, becoming more aware of your breath, taking a regular breath. 1, opening your eyes, moving your head around. Very good. Good job. And everybody let me know how you're feeling. And if you're still there. Hello? Anybody out there? Is everybody asleep? Oh no, I lost my audience. You feel great? Good. Good. Still awake? Relaxed? Did it help anybody? Did you see any images? Did it help whatsoever? You're welcome, Virginia. Did anybody go through with it or did you just watch? Good. When I'm doing it, I sort of go in the state myself and I'm the one doing it. If that tells you anything. I sort of end up going in the state with you. So I'm hoping it helped you. So you watched me do it then. So it didn't do anything for you at all. And those in the bushes, it is effective for you. If anybody is in the replay gang, it will work for you, actually. You can replay it and do it again. But like I said, I'm doing it and I'm going in the state as I'm doing it, which is weird. I mean, I'm leading the guided meditation and I tend to go in it with you, so you are most welcome. I hope it helped. It's a weird kind of thing that the one doing it goes in it with you. Animals flocked around you in the meditation, Arseny, or in reality? But anyway, that guided meditation was meant to help everybody along. If you happen to have pain or anxiety or other ailments, the way I did it, it was also meant to help with that. I sort of infused it to help with that as well. And sleep. Good, Arseny. But anyway, I greatly love and appreciate all of you so much. I have been directing the way this channel goes for the most part, especially when I don't have guests, but I've been directing the way it goes by how I'm guided. You are most welcome, Rosemary, and I will look for your email, Gourmet. But I've been directing it with kind of how I'm guided, especially lately. Oh, that is so awesome, Arseny. He was holding on to Vintage's hands. Spiritually, things are progressing in here, especially since Arseny just said that. But I'm doing it in the way that I'm guided. I feel like things are progressing in that way. I'm so happy to see Zen tonight. But anyway, I hope that all of you can sense and feel me from here. That is my intention as well, because I know that it is possible that you can feel me from here. I know my students can. Get a good night's sleep, Zen. Part of my intention. Rest well. You look after yourself too. Happy you were here. But anyway, I love you all. I hope this served you well tonight. I hope you take my advice. I hope this greatly brought you healing. You'll have to let me know what happens, especially after this meditation. I would greatly like to know. And if you need to do it again, do so. Everybody loves you here, Zen. Good night. And if you would like to donate to the coffee calls, you can do so at miracles3@charter.net. And I will see everybody on Wednesday. Have a good, healing, restful night. Please leave me any comments to any thing that you feel happens healing or transition wise. Good night, everybody. And those in the bushes, too. Yeah, oh, yeah, I forgot to say, please like and subscribe. Subscribe. And those that are in the community, check to make sure you're still subscribed, because YouTube sometimes knocks you off your subscription. It does. But yes, please like, share, and subscribe, and invite your friends. Bye, everybody. Have a good night. I forgot to do my intro tonight, even. What a dingbat I am. But anyway, I love you all. Bye. And here we go. I'll do my intro and outro and all that stuff on the end. Bye.